my beautiful souls, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I am Jem. In today's pickacard reading, we're going to be discussing what is amazing about you. Today's reading is going to be very exciting. There's a lot of cards that I'm going to be pulling for each pile. I know a lot of people like to see a lot of cards, and I'm going to take my time with each reading. So before we get into that, I know I've been gone for a while. It's been a while, but I'm back rejuvenated, have more energy and new love for tarot. So I'm excited to be back. I'm going to try to post like once a week, and I'm going to do stuff more like I'll still do love, but I'm really going to try to focus more on like pushing a good message. I want to use tarot as a way of self-reflection rather than trying to predict and like use it as a tool to like figure out what other people are up to. Like, you know what I mean? I'll explain that more later on once I have a better explanation. But that's where we're going to move forward. It's more about self-discovery, and that's how I want to move forward with my channel. So I read tarot as a way of self-discovery, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Use it as a way to maybe ask yourself some questions. And disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not therapy. This is, you decide your own future and you have your own free will. Before we hop right into the video, I want to let you guys know the different ways you could help out my channel. The biggest way is by subscribing. I also sell personal readings on my Beacon tab in the description, and discount code GEMTAROT YT for 10% off any reading. Each one is like $33. That's my favorite number. And it's going to be an hour and a half long video with tons of cards, you get to choose what tarot deck and oracle you want to see. And I could also pull a bunch of charms, initials, anything you want to see for $33. So yeah. Also know that any donations to me are extremely appreciated but not expected, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. So before we hop into each pile, I'm going to take my time and play a little tune. I was able to, I want to like serenade you guys so we could like calm down. We could take our time with the readings. We could be a little bit more relaxed. If you want to fall asleep to the readings, go ahead. I want you to feel relaxed when we're talking about this stuff. So I was able to do, play the avatar. I don't know if you guys ever heard of like the intro. It's like something like that. I forgot. Oh shit, I honestly forgot. You know what? That's the tune I'm going to play before every reading. I'm going to relearn it, and that's the tune we're going to play. Because I'm in love with that, and it's such a relaxing song. Kalimba, I think that's what they're called, are so beautiful, and I love the instrument. So relaxing. My nails might be a little bit too long, too. Okay, so we're going to learn that, and we're going to get back to it in a sec. So this is pile 1. We have the Cat Tarot deck here. What is the name? Hold on. It's Kitten Tarot. That's what it's called. This is the box for it. Kitten Tarot. Then we also have for pile 2... For pile 2, we have the Ritual Tarot. And then for pile 3, we have the Final Rose Tarot. So make sure to pick whatever pile you're interested in seeing. We're going to do some shuffling of cards. We're going to like pull your cards right in the beginning, and then we'll hop into the reading. So let's start off with pile 1. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this Kitten Tarot deck, this will be your reading on what is amazing about you. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I am doing personal readings for $33. For $33, it is an hour and a half. It comes with your chosen tarot deck as well as oracle. So I usually do oracle and tarot for each reading. And it also comes with charms and little messages and message. It comes with the 100 messages deck as well. So if you're interested in getting one, let me know. You just have to send an email to my email telling me what it is you want to talk about, and I'll send you back a unlisted video on my YouTube. Oh, what is this card? We got the Page of Cups. This is a cute little card. So this could be representing you. This could be water signs. It could be the beginning of some emotions. So like you could be beginning. Usually page represents like the beginner or a young female. And cups usually represents love or emotions, or could also just represent your zodiac sign. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So that could be you. But we're going to lay out some cards. I'm going to put this back actually. We're going to lay out some cards that's going to be talking about what exactly makes you amazing. Also, if you notice this, I saw this in somebody else's reading. I thought it was so cute how she wore her jewelry. So I think we're going to make a statement and try to wear jewelry like that. I think it's cute. Okay. Let's get your cards. What is amazing about pile one? We're also going to, how we lay out the cards is whatever's next to it is going to be helping define that card a little bit further. What is amazing about pile one? We got Two of Pentacles. What is amazing about pile one? I'm not going to take it because it didn't flip over. Oh, see? That's what we needed. We got Four of Swords. What is amazing about pile one? What is amazing about pile one? Nine of Wands in reverse. I'm probably going to put them all upright, but it's good to make note of which ones come in reverse. What is amazing about pile one? We got the Magician. You know, when I was shuffling for your deck of the color, what is it called? Prism Oracle. Two cards actually came out. First one came out, which I'll show you in a sec what it was. And then the next card that like flopped over on the floor that I didn't take was called Magic. So interesting how the Magician came out. Let's get one more. These cards are so flimsy. Oh, look what came out. The Page of Cups again. So that card was meant to be out for you. Pile one. All right. Now on the bottom, we have Six of Pentacles. You could be potentially getting into baking. There could be something about baking that's significant. I don't know what it is, but there's like cakes and like treats. There's pies. There's like food. Maybe you've gotten into like cooking new things or baking new things. Could be significant. We're gonna maybe zoom out just a little bit. Okay, now let's get your oracles. So these are the oracles that I pre-shuffled for you. Pile one. So we got two Wild Unknown. We got the Cobra and Oyster in reverse. You know what? I might just... Maybe I'll put these on top of everything later. Like in a sec. I think that's what we'll do. Give me one card to, clarify. Two of Pentacles. We got Three of Pentacles. That's crazy. It's like something's being worked up. Something's being built upon. Please get me something to clarify. 4 of Swords. What makes pile 1 amazing? We got Knight of Cups. What, 9 of Wands. Please clarify 9 of Wands. This card doesn't want to flip over. Please clarify 9 of Wands. We got Ace of Pentacles. Here you go. Here is my dime. Here is my 2 cents. And a lot of cards came out just now for the Magician. We got Strength, 10 of Swords, and 5 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to keep those out actually. All right, and then after that, we will put your oracle on top of your reading once we're done talking about this. Okay, pile 1. So I just refreshed my mind and read into every single card that's here right now. And I am so excited for you, pile 1. I'm literally so excited for you. This reading is just amazing. And it's really here to just boost your motivation and let you know that you're the shit and that you got this. Okay, so, and also, like, not to doubt yourself and to trust yourself. Like, seriously trust yourself. The Magician talks about, every time I see the Magician, it's just a reminder to me that you have everything in your power to do what it is that you need to do. And especially, like, you have the strength. And I don't know if recently you just recovered from some sort of financial loss. Because, hold on. The 5 of Swords said specifically, 5 of Swords says, oh, I think I read the Pentacles instead. So the 5 of Swords says reconciliation, making amends, past resentment with the 5 of Swords. So maybe if it's not recovering from some sort of financial setback, this could also be maybe you are recovering from some sort of conflict, because usually between somebody, like you and a group of people or you and somebody else, usually swords represent some sort of dilemma between like you and somebody. So with the 2 of Pentacles here and the 3 of Pentacles, you could be working on something creatively. You could be someone who's very creative. Like we literally have the creative card, which is I'm going to pull and put on top in a sec. But you are literally very creative. And what's amazing about you is your creativity, like how amazing and skilled you are at those things, or whatever specific thing it is that you do. For 2 of Pentacles, it says multiple priorities, time management, prioritization, and adaptability. You could be really good at prioritizing multiple things. You could be really good at time management. You could be really good at knowing exactly what specifically you should be prioritizing at this very moment. You could be also very adaptable, like very good with change, somebody that can conform to time. Like time is always changing, and you're very good at adapting. With the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, you could also be someone who like is a leader or somebody who works alone. Like you, in all these projects, you tend to work alone, and you excel because like you could be a bit of a perfectionist too, where it's like, you know that you could create your best product by working alone, and you're great at working alone. Like you can excel with working alone. Don't be shy though to also work with someone else as well. You could be in the moment of just really perfecting your own skills, and you could be at the phase of just wanting to work alone and keep your own peace, but also know that there's great opportunity also when bringing in other help, and because there's always something great that somebody can bring to the table as well. somebody could be really good at like editing, or somebody could be really good at something that maybe you lack, and you guys could work together in order to grow. So don't be shy of working with others. So for the Four Swords next, what else is amazing about you is that you prioritize also your rest days and really taking care of yourself. You could have good like self-care days. You could celebrate a lot. There's like this cake. It could be your birthday soon. Maybe your birthday's coming up soon. Or there could just be somebody's birthday coming up soon. Or you could be spending a lot of time celebrating and really just like not isolating, but like enjoying your own time, enjoying your own company. You could be someone that really loves to relax and rejuvenate. And that could be something that's really amazing about you, is that you take the time to do it, and you know it's a priority to you, is how you take care of yourself. Four Swords. What else can I say about Four Swords? So you definitely like to relax. You definitely like to rejuvenate. You could be big into like skincare, taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, or just really allowing yourself the time to rest. And like maybe even like what's good about having those days where you rest is you could then contemplate more on how to get back into your creative endeavors. Have you ever noticed that when you take the time to step back, you usually come back with even better ideas? Because it's like you have the time and you give yourself the time to actually think about it before you jump right back into it. So that could be something that's also amazing about you, is like you, with that time that you use it to come up with a game plan or a new strategy. And there's nothing wrong with taking time off. I think it's, for me, something that I've learned is I have like a similar thing where it's like I try to find a balance between my rest days and the days that I planned to create as a creator. And you're definitely a creator here, which I love. Tap into that inner child. Enjoy your hobbies. Flourish in your hobbies. That is what life is about. I think something that you could be maybe a little bit hard on yourself when it comes to rest days, or not being as consistent. And there could be something about like something about that is like try to make your schedule or plan out how you at least get like one thing done a day. Or you could do something, find what works best for you. You could do, at least you do one little thing, because if you add $1 every day to a jar, you'll then have a bunch of money at the end of the year. So if you take little strides at your project every day, even if it's just a little bit, it will matter more than just completely not doing it one day. You know what I mean? So that could be a strategy that maybe will help you. Or maybe creating a very balanced schedule where you figure out how to balance between your rest days and rejuvenating, and then being able to conquer your goals. There could also be something about your mentality or your thoughts that may hold you back. When I think of this deck, the colors are black and white. There could be some black and white thinking that could be holding you back. We don't have to get into this because this is going to be a more positive message. This deck, I want to talk about more positive things. But there could be, maybe keep an eye out whenever there's a black and white thought that pops into your head. Could be potentially holding you back when it comes to your creative endeavors. So with the Knight of Cups here, you could also be someone who's very passionate. You could love the little things of life and see the beauty in little things. Like, you see the beauty and like memories. You could be very nostalgic too. You could be someone that looks out the window and appreciates the rain, appreciates the nature, has a glass of wine sitting on, a little chair reading their book. You could be big into books. I get that vibe. And I love it. With the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, so with the Nine of Wands in reverse, says inner resources. And I want to read to you exactly what this card says because I think it's very interesting. So it came in reverse. And there could be some sort of setback that you recently had where, okay, so it says you have a plan. Sorry, hold on. It says there could have been some sort of setback, right? It says despite being knocked down, erase that, ignore that. So for the Nine of Wands, it says the Nine of Wands reverse suggests that you are struggling to keep working towards your goal. And that's why I mentioned like creating a game plan on how it is that you can then strive for that. It says this card really is just talking about keep fighting and you got this. This overall message of the Nine of Wands is like the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck is like this guy with a wand and he's like battling. And it's like there could be a lot weighing down on you, and it mainly is your thoughts. The fact that it's in reverse, it's like it's mainly your thoughts that are holding you back. It's not the external thing. It's not the things that are going on around you that genuinely are holding you back. It's the way you perceive them. And I think there's like a setback, but listen, a quote that I heard about setbacks is, a setback is a setup for a comeback. Okay? You are going to come back so strong. It's honestly ridiculous. Like I said, you're taking this time to rejuvenate, contemplate, and figure out a game plan. And this is just saying, listen, baby, you got this. You literally have everything in your power. Look at the Magician right next to it. You have everything in your power to make this dream become a reality. You have been manifesting whatever this is for a while now, and the universe has been paying attention. They've been noticing. They've been seeing your action. You've been actually taking action towards this and working towards this. And even though you may be I literally made a video about this on my TikTok. Even though you may have been having doubts or fears, you still choose to do it anyways. You don't let those things hold you back. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and that's maybe how you could work through this. Something that it says is like maybe getting, if it's a lot, or not if it's a lot, but if it's something that really holds you back, maybe getting a therapist or talking with somebody in order to reflect and work on positive self-talk, in order to help yourself to keep going. Ace of Pentacles talks about a new financial opportunity. This could be the project that you are currently working on. Is there some sort of new financial opportunity? And it could be a creative one as well. It's like some sort of creative financial passion you have. It could be baking. Literally, it could be baking. But if that's not it, it could be some sort of creative endeavor that is a potential financial opportunity for you and it's been handed to you, and you're looking to take that and run with it and fight hard for it. And it's saying like, you don't even have to fight hard. You already have this. You just got to work towards it. Day by day, take little strides, and you got it, baby. You literally have the strength to overcome this Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords talks about like feeling stuck or stagnant. But the Ten of Swords in reverse talks about recovery. You have everything in your power to recover from whatever conflict you are having. You have the strength. And then lastly, the Page of Cups here, as well as the Six of Pentacles. This is just a beautiful insight about the future. And it's like you literally, not only are you like, when it talks about manifestation, like a book that I read is like, it's good to say you are this person already. You believe and feel the person you want to become is already inside of you. You just need to make it a physical. You just got to put it in the physical. That's all you have to do is now do it physically. And the Six of Pentacles, okay, let me read exactly what the Six of Pentacles says. So the Six of Pentacles says, upright, is giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, and charity. And then the Page of Cups, I think you're a very generous, loving, kind person. I think you would also, what's amazing about you is that sometimes you could be maybe misunderstood sometimes about just how compassionate and loving you truly are. Maybe even to like the littlest things, like animals, like really small animals. Like you see how like gentle and like loving the cat's just observing the fish, the goldfish. Goldfishes could be significant. But like you could be a very gentle, loving person. Page of Cups, upright, is creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, and Six of Pentacles. You have the possibility to create such an abundant wealth to the point where you will be able to provide for not only you, but others. You'll have so much money and abundance that you'll be able to be giving charity and just giving, because you'll use money as a tool. Money doesn't create your worth. It's a tool to live life, right? And I think the Six of Pentacles is a message saying like, you're going to, you have already the intuitive messages. You already know who you are and what it is. You are already the type of person you want to be. You have the creative opportunities given to you. You have the intuitive messages. You have the ability to manifest anything in your life. And you could be a curious person that is curious about the world and like observing and all the different possibilities that you can create as a creator. And you have this in the bag. You're going to create this. It's just a matter of time. So believe in yourself and keep going. It doesn't have to be hard. Life isn't hard. Life is easy. Tell yourself that and imagine how much you can achieve with believing that. So let's get into your oracles. So these are the oracles we got. We got Cobra upright. We got Oyster in reverse. I think you could definitely be someone that maybe is a little bit more introverted just because of some of the cards that we've gotten. We have the, I want to put the creativity because this literally came with one of these cards talking about how creative you are. So you're very creative. These are more cards to talk about how amazing you are. And then we have this, which I'll talk about in a sec. Actually, you know what? I don't want to put those there. I want to put these here. I think this matches more with the conflict you could be having. And then we have Ocean. You could have ocean blue eyes. I just thought of the Billie Eilish song, like, your ocean eyes. That could be something. Do I want to put that there? You know what? Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's get into these cards here for you. So I started to read the card and I just wanted to read it to you because literally what I said is literally being said by this card. It says, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches. Did I not say you constantly are observing things? There's something about that you consistently like observe, and like maybe you're very good at being present in the moment and being able to observe and appreciate life in the present and see the beautiful things in the present. Instead of focusing so much on like surviving, you're really good at like having the abundant mindset and really being able to focus on the now and being like look how beautiful life is now. You see life as like, look how beautiful. Look how much beautiful things are around me right now. So the cobra hovers and watches, ever present. I literally didn't even freaking read that. I didn't read that till after. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What would you be ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. So I think an important message about the Cobra is we're all students and we are all teachers at the same time. You may be a teacher in one subject of your life where you can teach others, but you may be a student in another. So when it comes to possibly working together with other people, because you may work alone a lot, because also the oyster talks about clamming up and being alone, maybe it's good to see working with others as an opportunity to learn and possibly be like, what can I learn from this person? What could they potentially be excelling at that I could possibly take some knowledge, or what could be very beneficial about working together with this person? So there could be something about that. So it says, when in balance, a student of life, and humble and wise. You could be really good. Something amazing about you, Pile 1, is that you are always allowing yourself to learn. You could be someone who always you're not really closed-minded. You're very open-minded and you're very adaptable to learning. You're adaptable to changing. You're adaptable to being what can I learn from this person? They potentially may have some, wisdom to share. And that could be something about you, is that you're really good. Not only are you really intelligent just with your own creative abilities, you're already have enough knowledge, but you're not afraid or shied away from learning new things. With the oyster, I had the oyster out already and I freaking removed my hand like a dummy. With the oyster, it says, patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focused and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts to their mind to, they can achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is the oyster's type often takes their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it that you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So that could be another thing I'm talking about, the black and white thinking, is maybe you've been having ego. So, okay, some people what the ego is it is your interpretation of your self-worth. So someone could have a low sense of self-worth as their ego. So they may hear thoughts or have thoughts in their mind that only talk about their lack of self-worth. For example, I'm not good enough, or I'm afraid, or I have doubts. That could be that's in relation to having a low sense of worth. And that's all your ego. That's your ego thoughts that are in play. But when you uproot that and you work on yourself mentally and you start to realize, I am worthy. You have these affirmations, you manifest believing that you are worthy and that you can do all the things that you want. Again, you have everything in your power to do what it is that you want to do. You are worthy because you were created by the universe. Right off the bat, whether you were on the side of the road, whether you were still in diapers, you're worthy. And with the oyster, it's talking about maybe having more, I think you already, because with this card here, this makes me feel like you already celebrate yourself a lot. I think you already, the oyster is just reinforcing you are good at celebrating yourself and celebrating your gifts. I think the only message that could be coming from this is possibly stepping out into the world, not being afraid or shy about your creative endeavors, because majority of the time, you may be afraid of that one person that's gonna, bash you or have some sort of criticism. But like majority of the time, majority of the comments you end up receiving, or like the like interactions you end up getting, is how much people love you when you finally step out into the world and allow yourself to be perceived. Because and like another thing, anybody who's negatively perceiving you, like the reason why you may be holding yourself back is because you're afraid of criticism. But like anybody who's criticizing you is just projecting their own insecurities. So it has nothing to do with you anyways. So might as well just be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't let somebody else's opinion hold you back in life. You are a bad bitch. And literally everybody knows it. And a majority of the feedback you're going to be getting is amazing anyways. Because you are creatively talented. All right, so that's with those cards. We have the creativity. Look, literally, what did I say? Creative. You're very creative. What more can I say about this card? You're very creative. You create beauty. You create art. You are the creator. And you focus more on quality than quantity. You create quality products or quality, whatever it is that you're creating, it is quality. It's not about how much you can make. It's about the quality of what it is you make that makes you special. And that goes to show how much passion you put into this work, is because of how passionate you are. People, when you focus more on quantity, people could see the difference of how much you care about it. Because if you're focused more on quantity, you don't really care. And people can see that right off the bat. But when you care about the quality of something, and you put all your heart and passion and soul into something, people see how much you love it, and it makes them love it even more. Honestly. So don't lose that about yourself. That's something that everybody loves about you, and that's what makes you amazing, is that you are the creator. The ocean here. Let's talk about the ocean. Your ocean eyes. Your ocean eyes. I just saw it. Here it is. We got the unconscious, the depth, the incomprehensive, the ocean. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume of the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within our ocean. We cannot claim it. We cannot manage it or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, invigorates our life on the land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring in beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. Guys, did I not just make a whole comment about the ego and how the ego holds you back? I was literally talking about that could be something specific with you, is like, it's good. Listen, don't get me wrong. Having a big ego or having an ego, obviously we all have egos, is a good thing. It is our ego that drives us to chase more for ourselves. It is our ego that creates this passion and creates this beautiful piece of art. That is why egos are important. Like, it's not bad to have an ego. It's just important to pay attention to when our egos are misguiding us. It's important to pay attention to when our egos are misguiding us when it comes to our doubts. There's nothing wrong with having high sense of self-worth. That is what our ego is how we establish our self-worth. There's nothing wrong with that, having a good, self-worth. It's just important to pay attention to when your lack of self-worth, those thoughts, when they come a-brewing. It's time to dissolve those, pull them out. Literally take like a thread, like pretend you're taking a thread and you're just pulling it out. Like when you're like playing with, string or something, you're like untying it. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fiber, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean, froth a new beginning. Life is change. Let the wave crash. When in light, deeper than deep, big dreams, discovery. You could be having some sort of revelation. You could definitely be having a big change. The water has been shaken up a little bit, and you could be having currently like having some sort of setback, and you're currently recovering. You're in the state of recovery. So there could be a lot that you're reflecting on, and I think the ocean is like a setup. No, listen, a setback is a setup for a comeback. A setback is a setup for a comeback. So whatever it is, and listen also, there's nothing wrong with a setback, because usually every setback we have, we're learning something from it in order to grow. So there could be something about believing in yourself and I think really just believing in yourself is the main thing. And figuring how it is, what can you do in order to believe in yourself subconsciously? And something that could be great is this book that I read, Project 369. If you're interested in checking that book out, it talks a lot about like repetition and words of affirmation. If you continue to repeat it and journal every single day, can really help rewire your subconscious mind. Also, what really rewires your subconscious mind is by pulling out negative thoughts. Being self-aware to identify, is this thought my ego, which is my lack of self-worth, or my overextended self-worth? Is this my ego talking, or is this my genuine, authentic self? Is this my anxiety talking of deep down it's underlying? Is it just, is this my anxiety talking that's covered up as anxiety, but deep down it's actually, again, my lack of self-worth that's deep down like snowballed, that looks like anxiety? Is that my anxiety talking, or is it deep down my authentic self? So, I think also with these cards here, this is why I talked about black and white thinking with protest. So you could be feeling like stagnant, trapped, and that's you just trying to rejuvenate. There could be something about, it says victim, alluring, trick. There could be some sort of trick that your mind is playing on you about being a victim. That's another thing that our egos do, is that we tend to play the role of the victim and hold on to anger and resentment towards people in order to stay stagnant and stay safe. But when we finally let go, forgive, move on, and really accept things for what they are, that's what really teaches us growth on how to move on and continue in our goals. Because it's easier to hate somebody than to forgive them and learn. Sometimes we're just afraid to let go. And that could be something that's playing the victim sometimes of situations keeps us trapped from going. And I think you already know that. Because with this card right here, you're taking control of your life. I think like I said, you are already rejuvenated. You are already on the steps of coming back. I think that's something you've realized. And this is something you've already overcame, is you are realizing or seeing it's time to stop playing the victim of my world and take control of it. And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I don't want to be that's not me trying to be mean or to upset you. It's more of we all sometimes play, we all allow ourselves to feel bad and be damn, that really hurt us. And we took a hit to our ego. We took a hit oh, that made me feel less worthy. But when you realize that whatever hurt you, it only hurts because it hit your ego. But know that if somebody hurts you, it has nothing to do with you. It's more of a reflection of them. It has nothing to do with your worth. You know what I mean? So, and the protesting, there could be something about maybe people have different opinions. Maybe somebody is doing something differently. And that could be something that maybe is making you feel uncomfortable or inadequate. And this could be the exact, wait, so these cards are actually supposed to be representing how you make somebody else feel. So this is supposed to be how other people feel. There could be someone in particular that maybe is feeling like the victim, or maybe feels inadequate and they're protesting about it. So I guess take it how it resonates. Whatever you feel about these cards, because it's about, at the end of the day, it's about self-reflection, right? I may be saying something right, I may be saying something wrong. How do you perceive these? So that's what I got with that. And then here, I think also forgiveness and there, of course, like every situation is different. Every relationship you have in your life, it's really up to you, and you got to figure out what's best for you. How will I handle this situation? You know, you could have a friend that maybe you're like, I still want to maintain friendship and I could forgive and move on. Or I want to cut this person off out of my life because I don't think there's any potential for growth here. I think this is something I need to walk away from. And maybe you could always walk back towards, maybe, people grow, people change, people grow. It's very rare for somebody to stay stagnant and never change. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get back to why you're amazing. Pile one. I tend to lose myself. Is even though you feel potentially longing for something, and this could be your goal, you don't let the overwhelming, thought of needing something outside of you, because you don't need anything outside of you. You are already amazing as you are. You are already worthy as you are. And maybe this is something that is deep down subconsciously there, is like, again, the feeling of longing, of feeling not good enough, the lack of self-worth. You're working on it. You're working through it. And that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you amazing, is that you're taking the radical changes and you're taking control of your life. You're taking control of this now. You're working towards repairing, rejuvenating, and you're working towards taking strides towards your dreams and your goals in life. And again, you're going to be so successful. You're going to be so abundant. You are so abundant. You are literally this now. You are this now. So let's see what else we could get. Let's see what else we can get. That's what makes you amazing, Fire One. I'm just shuffling my own deck right now. Really trying not to break a nail right now. Alright. I can't wait till I end up making this a deck, because this demo deck that I have is very sticky and the cards get stuck together. Okay, so let's see, what else can we get that's amazing about pile one? What else can we get that's amazing about pile one? Oh, you know what? I'll take it. Nature. I think your appreciation for nature, maybe you step into grass a lot, or maybe you touch grass a lot. You know how they're like, step outside and touch grass. You like actually appreciate nature. You may draw nature. It's giving like Bob Ross, you know, like somebody who appreciates the shape of the trees and how everything's imperfect. Everything's not perfect. It's made And the imperfections is what makes it beautiful. So you could be someone who really steps in, maybe loves to hike, maybe you love going on adventures. We have monogamous. People could really love how loyal you are. There could be something about justice. You could be a Libra. There could be something about justice. Feeling like there needs to be justice. Let's get another card, please. Excuse me, do you want to flip over or not? God, this deck. I need to make it like easier to shuffle. Maybe I could do that. We got the moon. You could have a moon sign in Libra, or maybe your moon sign is very significant. You could have a Leo moon. It could be something significant about your moon sign, and maybe looking into your moon. That's how I'll shuffle this deck, so we could get every single card pulled to see, is it meant to be or is it not? Let me know, which card should we pull today? Oh, I saw Venus come out a little. Oh, a hustler. She's a baddie. Oh, she chasing the bag. She's a hustler. You're gonna be, oh my god, bro. The fact that I literally came over this, bruh, look at this. The money, the abundance, not even just the money. Money doesn't mean anything. The abundance you are going to be receiving is astronomical. Astronomical. Okay? Let's get some more cards. What else is amazing about? I think this is also just another message saying some doubts, having doubts. But again, you're going to be successful. No fear, my friend. No fear. And even if you have fear, it's not about repressing your emotions. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay. It's all right to feel a little scared. It's all right. But it's the fact that you do it anyway. It's the fact that you don't let it hold you back. That's what builds confidence, my friend. You are the trophy. You are literally the trophy. And everything you do is going to make an impact on this world. So don't hold yourself back. This is your purpose in life. This is what you're meant to do. 2. We got, so we got mental illness. Listen, I know some people in readings, they put the cards back and they're like, I don't want to read this. Any card that comes out, I'm gonna read it. I want to be honest. I'm a very honest person. I got a Libra moon, literally. But, you could also be a very honest person. The fact that came out. Mental illness came out, and I think this really just talks about thoughts, your thoughts. So that could be significant. 2. Let's get a couple more. We have 8th house, transformation. Yeah, you're definitely going through a transformation, babe. I just thought of like book talk. I don't know, like, you know how TikTok where they talk about, because sex came out, and I was just thinking about like those spicy books that people read. Maybe you're somebody who like reads that. 2. And I'm not shaming. I love those books. They're interesting. They're not interesting. They're spicy. I don't know. I keep just pulling more. When am I gonna stop? I don't know. That card when I'm kind of, you know what? I'll take it. Something about speaking up. There could be something that maybe you need to speak up about, because this also talks, or maybe someone feels like they need to speak up. Maybe you're feeling some type of way, and also know about speaking up is not about yelling, screaming. There's a way to speak up that you can to communicate how you feel, and in a respectful way to somebody. You know, like for example, there is some sort of conflict with this person, you can communicate how you feel. Be like, hey, you know, this thing that you did, honestly upset me, or it upset me because it reminded me back to a time of something that triggered me, and it triggered me. And I would like if maybe we could work on boundaries, because like, I know you're human and I know this is just who you are. We have a Gemini came out. Understanding communicator friendships. There could be a good way of communicating, being like, I want to work on this with you, and I'm hoping that maybe we could work on this together. What is a compromise that we could do, so that we both feel comfortable, and know that boundaries are not about controlling the other person, but about knowing when to walk away from something. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if someone continuously disrespects your boundary, then that's how you pull away your energy. That's like the time when you start to pull away then. It's not about screaming, yelling, trying to control them. It's about being like, okay, well, I'm just going to hang out with you less because every time I hang out with you, I feel triggered. Okay, I think that's the end of that deck. We're going to pull some message cards and some charms. And then that will be the end of your reading, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed. I've actually been really excited to get back into reading tarot. So I hope you enjoyed it, pile 1. Let's see what we got to say. Let's see what we got. You could also be someone who's very good at communicating. That could be something too. I know I always say like, oh, something that could be done, but like, it's a hard time for me to like remind myself like this is about things that you already have. Like, you could be someone who's very good at communicating. Okay, let's see what messages we get from you. You don't owe me. That wanted to come out. It was staring me down. We have love is the answer. Also, putting your ego aside and like coming from a place of authenticity, like being very, like have a lot of authentic love and understanding. Like when you come from a place of understanding and know that a lot of people have issues, everybody has their issues that they're working on. When you start to accept yourself for who it is you are, you start to accept others. You start to accept their flaws, and you be like, okay, this person's working on it, and I accept them for the fact that they're working on it, because I'm also working on things. I'm not perfect either. And coming from a place of love is always the answer. We have you don't deserve me in reverse. Maybe this is how you feel about somebody, and someone could be maybe feeling like you are intimidating. I guess that's something that could be reflected on, something important to think about. See, we'll pull 4 more. Within time, and I am ready. So I think this is saying like within time you'll be ready. So maybe give yourself some time. There's nothing wrong with taking time to come back and give an answer. We have wish things were better. Someone is wishing things would be better between you and them, and then maybe they'll come with an apology. Or saying, let me apologize. All right, let's do charms and little messages. Let's see what we got for you, pile 1. Number 7 came out. You know what? I'll put a little bit more. This one got stuck to my finger. Ooh, okay. So let's see what we have. An arrow. Just made me think of shot by an arrow. Also made me think of marriage, because there's this saying in, I don't know if you've ever played the game Skyrim, but like it's a game like, oh, and then I got shot in the knee, or I got shot by an arrow in the knee. That's like an expression about getting married. So there could be something about getting married. There's a little spooky house here. Obviously, we're filming in the time of October, so there could be something, maybe you love the season October, or like Halloween could be something really significant to you. We have finale. We have gas. I just thought of like farting. I don't know why that came out. It could be something about gas. It also made me think of the scene from Avatar, because I was thinking about playing the song from Avatar earlier. You know that scene where the guy's like making a hot air balloon with Aang, and he's teaching him about how gas smells, and the reason why is so there's no like explosions or whatever, and they use the gas to smell in the hot air balloon. You know, like, I don't know if you remember that episode, but that's what it made me think of. We have D here. We have another D that's stuck to like a cactus. I just thought of Dan. I just thought of Dick. That came out. Dan, Danny, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Dirt. Darren. What else? What other names? Dean. Darn. I just thought of like God darn. Dan. We have anxiety. Interesting how everything I've been saying has just been popping up. We have anxiety. Also know that you don't need to make a quick decision. Take your time. Anxiety is what makes you rush. There could be the anxiousness. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You don't need a rush. Take your time. Take your time with whatever decision you need within time. Take your time. You don't need a rush. We have doppelganger. There could be someone that maybe looks similar. There could be like twins. Maybe someone has twins. We have gel. We have a little bike here. We have a dog. We have another key. This makes me think of Kingdom of Heart, like that game. It's got like a spade in the area, the little top of the key. We have a 7. 7 calls for reflection. There could be a lot of reflection about this scenario. We also have Taurus came out. Someone could be a Taurus. We have FA. D. FAD. D was like over here though. F. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We have scissors. There could be something about like wanting to cut ties. It also is above the you don't deserve me. So that could be like definitely wanting to cut ties. We have legend. Somebody's a legend, mate. We have gluten. Someone could be allergic to gluten. We have Facetune. Someone could be Facetuning their stuff. We have... Also know that not all of these messages are going to resonate, but there could be one that maybe really does. So pay attention to that. We have dull, and this is all just about reflecting. Like, what does this can be interpreted for you? We have jolt. Maybe someone maybe jolting quickly, like they're like, ugh, yeah. We have filter. Okay, definitely someone could be putting a lot of editing on their photos. That could be something. We have karate. We have a bow tie. We have a little kitten. The cat came out. Well, that's actually like, yeah, it's a cat. And then we have a turtle. We have an owl. We have, oh, what the hell is that? That's a planet. I think that might be Uranus. Uranus. You may have like a funny sense of humor. I don't know why, but I'm like acting pretty dumb in this reading, and I feel like that you may find it funny. So I feel like you may have similar humor. We have enterprise, or you could just be really funny. We have housewife. We have a heart. We have Japan. Maybe you've recently been to Japan, or you've been wanting to go to Japan. We have hook, and we have declaration. Declaration of Independence. So that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing. Let me know how I did in the comments. Also, make sure if you want to get a personal reading for your eyes only, you could check it out on my beacon tab in the description. It is $33 for an hour and a half of any deck, tarot deck you want to see, as well as an oracle. You could send me an email and I'll send you a video right back listed on YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this deck, this will be your reading, the Ritual Tarot deck. This will be your reading on what is amazing about you. So, let's see what we got here. I pre-shuffled this deck already, but we're going to shuffle one more time and see what we get. So we're going to pull some cards. What is special about pile two? So we got this card. This is, I think it's like the Hierophant. I'm gonna have to read into these before we start doing the reading because I am very new to this. I think we also got the Empress. Wow, you are having, if I'm correct about these cards, because these are a little, I have to look them up in the book. If we're correct, you have strong energy. All right, let's get some more cards. What else we got? What else is amazing about pile two? Interesting. I think this might be the Knight or King of Swords or Page of Swords. Let's see. We have Two of Pentacles. Give me a clarifier for this card. What is amazing about pile one? I meant pile two. A lot of cards came out for this. I'll take two. These two came out. Maybe I'll have them like that. I'll do it like that. This card is pretty cool. I like that card. Give me a clarifier. I just love how it's like collage. I love the cards. I think they're so cool that they're like collaged. Look how cool that is. It's awesome. It's beautiful. This card's giving me like, it's Italy or Greece. We have two more cards came out. We got this one in reverse, which is Three of Pentacles, and we have another Knight. I think this might be Knight of Swords. Okay, so this one might be Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what we got on the back of the deck. We got, this might be Ace of Cups. And let's look at your oracles. So these are the ones that we got. We got Tiger. We got Anger. We got these cards. Interesting that we have a cup here that literally came out right there. We have Gambler, we have Box, and Temple. So I think we're going to read these cards first and then we'll hop into the oracles. Okay, pile two. So I read up on some of the cards. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and this is the Magician. So the first thing about you that is amazing, what makes you amazing, is, first off, the Magician is such a powerful card. I literally showed you it way before I even knew it was the Magician. But like, every time I see the Magician, this is just a sign saying that you have everything in your power to manifest and create whatever it is that you're dreaming of into a reality. They also talked about you could be focusing in or finding, putting in a lot of work towards something. And this card makes it like, this one talks about taking action. So like you could be taking action towards this. With the Queen of Wands here, the Queen of Wands also talked about, Queen of Wands. Said Lady of Thrones of Flame. So another thing too, you could definitely be a fire sign. We honestly have all. We have, this one's Strength though. And I'm pretty sure Strength represents Leo, I believe. So you could definitely be a Leo, some sort of fire sign. There was a lot of fire. Fire is just really coming out. So you could have a very significant fire sign. But the Queen of Wands is like, you could be very fiery. You could be a very fiery type of person. It says, a Lady of Thrones of Flame, a charismatic, creative, independent woman who is seen as an object of desire by many suitors. Something amazing about you is you could have a lot of options when it comes to your relationships. There could be a lot of people that are watching you from afar or very interested in you. And you may not really care. Like, you may not really, like, you're like, okay, whatever. Another thing too, I think you could be someone who is strong, but like in an elegant, nice way. I think you may also have a sharp tongue. There's something about like being very witty and having a sharp tongue. You could be someone that is very fiery and someone that can snap back quick when it comes to like remarks or things that maybe you don't like being said or whatever. You're someone that maybe definitely holds your ground. I think also though, but like you do it in a kind, gentle way. It's not about like screaming, yelling, and like, being angry. And maybe you worked towards that, like working towards being communicating. It talks a lot. This is the message of communication. Like he is, what do they say? Mercury is the planet of communication. So you could have gotten really good at communicating, and that's what's amazing about you is like your communication. You could be very good at communicating. I think also people may like your sharp tongue. They may like how witty you are with your remarks. That could be something that's amazing about you. I think also people could be amazed about how many suitors you have. I think people are also excited or get very excited around you. You could have like a very high energy, very fiery, passionate, maybe a little bit like spontaneous, adventurous side to you that people could be really attracted to. I think you attract a lot of people based off of just who it is that you are. We don't have a lot of cups here, so you could be in a state of really just focusing on your career at this moment, or focusing on whatever it is that you're manifesting. There could be an opportunity of love coming in with this Ace of Cups. This could also be talking about a new beginning when it comes to your emotions. So let's go into the next row. The next row, also, not to mention, you have the Queen of Wands and you have the Page of Wands. And not only that, you have the Knight of Wands and you have the, is that the Page? Page. You have the Knight and Page of Swords. These could be potential suitors that are coming in, like just maybe you have similarities as these people. It's talking about you and also potential suitors. So there could be an air sign, a distinct air sign, or two different people could be air signs. And there could also be a fire sign. So let's get into the Strength card. This one talks about being gentle but having the strength. Like you are very respected, and you are respected and you gain that respect in a gentle, compassionate, loving way. It's not about like fighting to the very end. It's more of like you've let go and you're like, okay, you get love through providing love. Like it's like love is the answer. It's not the fighting that is. Like you gain respect through the love you give. And it's like a very gentle, you do it in a very gentle way. And I think it's based off of your communication. You could have gotten really good at communicating. And that's what's amazing about you. Let's see what else the Strength card has to say. We could talk a little bit about the symbols in this card, but this Strength card says inner strength, soft control, compassion, acceptance, acquiescence, patience, courage, gentle influence, and subtly. I think that's, I can't really read. It also talks about like some ladybugs could be significant to you, something about ladybugs. It talked about how people would pray to like Virgin Mary or Freya, which is translated to lady in Old Norse. In the Middle Ages, farmers would pray to Virgin Mary, the Lady of Seven Sorrows, and believed that she would send ladybugs to protect their crops. So that could be something significant to you. These messages in these cards are pretty interesting. I just love the way that this person collages all these things, and every single piece in the card is a symbol of something for the meaning, which I love. Like, for example, the Magician. Let's talk about the Magician. This is my favorite card, one of my favorite cards. It says, the Magician, the power of the mind, the magic of concentration, and the ability to manifest dreams into a reality. This is who you are, somebody who is able to manifest your dreams into a reality. The card features our magician with a concentrated gaze. His sight is focused on producing a magical result. The rainbow emanates from his third eye, symbolizing his determination, singleness of purpose, and full understanding of the conscious and unconscious planes. A gold orbit levitates around his mouth, emphasizing the universal principle of communication. The Nebora sky disk, one of the oldest artifacts depicting of the cosmos, is anchored below, allowing the magician access to all the tools of nature. And also I love like the little architecture that's in the back here. This reminds me of like the Vatican or like some significant area in the Renaissance period. So yeah. Now let's get into the Queen or the Princess of Wands. The Princess of Wands here represents the Priestess of Fire, a passionate, ambitious, spirited individual who yearns for new, exciting experiences. She possesses a highly dynamic and living personality, but also has a tendency towards being overly dramatic or stubborn. I think this card here talks about how adventurous you are. I think you're very adventurous. I think you're very spontaneous. I think a lot of people just love your passion for life, your ambition, and I think I asked for like a clarification of this. I think this is talking about you're just a very independent, exciting, creative, charismatic person to be around. Very ambitious, very passionate, and it attracts a lot of people. That's what I'm getting with those cards here. With the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page. I believe that's the Page. The Princess of Swords. The Spirit of Valkyrie, an intense but graceful individual with a sharp mind and a sharper tongue. This is talking about how sharp your tongue is. The princess possesses an acute mental agility to quickly fight for her beliefs. You could definitely have a sharp tongue. Like I said shark. I meant sharp. You could have a sharp tongue. You're very witty. You snap back to people's remarks, or you're not somebody to like. You're very confident in yourself and your abilities, and you don't let people's like opinions affect you. I think you're also somebody that has a very great sense of self. With the Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles here, it says teamwork, coordination, combining efforts, shared goals, collaboration. In reverse, it says conflict, ego, competition, lack of cohesion. I think when it comes to like dealing with people, if you have a lot of like conflict with people, you're not somebody to just allow disrespect. You're not somebody that allows people just that are here to like tear you down. You don't like accept that type of behavior, and you could be very picky with the friends that you choose or you allow in or you give energy to. You just have such a like warming light to you, and I think that may attract sometimes some negative people because they want to take that from you. But I think it's important that you don't let that stop you from shining. You continue to shine, and you just surround yourself with better people who allow you to shine rather than try to take away, because those people aren't living freely like you are, and it makes them uncomfortable when you shine. So that could be something particular, that what people love about you and what people are amazed with you about. So 2 of Pentacles here. It says balance, juggling, flexibility, multitasking, adapting, resourcefulness. You could be someone who's very adaptable. You're quick to change. Maybe you're someone who's very flexible. You could be very fast moving. With the fire sign is someone who moves very quickly. So you could be someone who moves very quickly when it comes to decision making, juggling. You could be very flexible to change. With the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords represents the warrior of intellect. It says a strong, opinionated man who requires constant intellectual stimulation. You could be someone who maybe gets bored very quickly. And that could be what's lovable about you, is that like you seek great adventure in life, and maybe a lot of people are very excited about that, or that's what makes your life very exciting. This came in reverse. So it says you could be someone that maybe dominates the room or dominates relationships. You could also be someone that gets a lot of attention or just dominates any room you walk into. And then lastly, the Ace of Cups here. Where you at, babe? Where you at, babe? Ace of Cups is emotional forces, intuition, intimacy, subconscious breakthrough, overflowing passion, abundance, receptivity, empathy, strong sense of self, like I said, spiritual fulfillment. I think you could be Ace of Cups is, it's interesting that it says all those things, because usually this is talking about a new beginning. Ace is usually the beginning of something. I think you could be given an opportunity of love that's coming soon, or you could have just entered a new beginning of understanding yourself more emotionally, like having some emotional intelligence, because this one talks about intelligence and intellect. So you could have stepped into a new era of emotional intelligence. I think also this is a sign of like, what's also amazing about you is that you have a strong sense of self, you have a strong sense of empathy, compassion for others, you're very abundant, and you're intuitive. Hello, you're extremely intuitive. All right, let's read the oracles now. So with the oracles, we got the Tiger, which again, fire sign. Like, you could definitely be a fire sign. I'm gonna actually put this over here. We have Anger in reverse, which makes me think of like repressed anger. We have the Temple in the box came out. So we're gonna jump into that in a sec. We also got the Gambler, which I'm gonna put up here. And then these 2 cards I pulled, these are all talking about what's amazing about you. And then these 2 cards I pulled on how do people feel about you. So we got donation, pray, religion, and then we got apology, guilt, confession, forgiveness. Interesting. So I'll talk about this first, because we also do have conflict again when it talks about other people. There could be someone that maybe wants to apologize, or maybe they feel bad about something, or maybe they're looking for forgiveness from you. There could be another person that maybe feels like they're praying for you, or you've donated to them, or they donated to you. There could be someone that maybe you're dealing with that is in religion, or you could be religious. But this is how they feel about you. So I think this person might be also trying to heal from this connection. Maybe they stepped into religion and they're praying for you and trying to find forgiveness for you. So that could be something. But anyways, let's hop into these other cards. Okay, so the tiger, this is the tiger. We got lunar forces, ease and darkness, feminine energy. I was getting very strong feminine energy. You could be very feminine. You could be someone that wears a lot of jewelry, someone who takes care of their hair, their skin. You're not afraid of taking time for yourself. You're not afraid of taking extra rest. You're not someone that's constantly like chasing. You're somebody that's attracting. You know what I mean? So it says the tiger hunts at night at one with the silence, fearing nothing. Maybe you're not scared of anything. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, what? I did not mean to say that. There could be something, that's a weird message, but there could be something about your boobs. Repicited, oh my god, I'm literally dyslexic. I'm sorry, I cannot read that right now. And devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour. The tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. Passionate, strong, sensual. Maybe you're someone, you could be very sensual. Maybe people like how like sexual you are. You could be very sexually alluring. We had like a lot of people find you attractive. Pile 2. A lot of people find you attractive. I think there's something about like maybe you step into like darkness in order to like revive. Like maybe when you're like your way of like recuperating is like you turn off all the lights and you just meditate, or like sit in like maybe music. You play like music and you just sit and like it's like almost like you step into darkness, and darkness is your way of like rejuvenating yourself. Or maybe that's something that it's telling you to do. Maybe you get comfortable with being in darkness. I don't know. It's giving like dark feminine. You know what I mean? What was that one card? The Dark Fatale or something. It's like she's so sexually alluring. She's got this beautiful black dress on. She's got this like freaking snake eyes, or what is it? Siren eyes. She's got her hair did, nails did. Everything did. I think you're just very attractive. And the tiger in reverse, I think, is maybe you're stepping a lot more into yourself right now. You could be withdrawing a lot. Maybe you're kind of like recuperating. And I definitely think that that's the case because of the temple and the box here. So we'll talk about that in a sec. The next card we have is anger. So this one I'm a little bit... it makes sense that it's here because fire sign usually comes with anger. Like fire signs are known for getting angry a lot quicker, a lot faster. Their anger is like a part of their strong anger. You know, the female rage. Like it's a strong emotion that they feel a lot. And like anger is not a bad emotion to have. We're allowed to be angry. Have you thought, like, think about like oh my god, what is that movie? Inside Out, where anger's taken over like in her head, and he's like on the driver's wheel, he's like, yeah! He's like screaming. Like, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel anger. There could be something that maybe you're angry about, and that's what's causing you to withdraw. You could have also really worked through your anger. Maybe you really did a lot of work to improve your anger and to not get so angry so quickly. And that's why maybe the communication is like you're really good at communicating with people. Like instead of getting quick to get angry and like snap. So that could be something too. We have the temple in the box. So the temple here, let's see what the temple has to say. The temple is the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much efforts in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal, omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dabbled light of the forest, slowly, sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. That could be something significant. It's like maybe you close your eyes to travel inward a lot. Like maybe you, like when you meditate in the darkness, it's like you close your eyes to be in that darkness and just like be inside for a bit in your mind. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, your money, your material goods? What barrier do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. So when in light, which it is perseverance for all, life as a sanctuary. So whenever I see this temple card, this makes me think of your body's a temple. This is about like going inward inside your vessel, inside your body. Or maybe even creating a temple for yourself. Maybe you're very in tune with your temple, with your body, taking really good care of your body. The body's a temple. You may like you may worship your body. You could be someone that worships their own body, and that's how you know what love to receive is like, okay, I worship myself, like I expect my lover to. So that could be something new that you've recently been taking better care of, or maybe you've always had this skill to you and everybody's always loved it, and that's what's amazing about you. And then the box, I think the box is more about like withdrawing and keeping yourself inside of a box. Like you could be recently just withdrawn inward due to some sort of circumstances, because it talked about like turning inward. I forgot exactly where, but it talked about like reflecting and like going inward. I think with here too. So I think like you could be in the state of doing that, and like in a way it's like you maybe created limitations, or this could also just be like you are knowing what to allow and what not to allow in your energy or in your vicinity. Let's see what the box says. I think it just was on it just now. The box. Okay, the box, the cage, the rules, the norm. We all live to some degree within a confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in a place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest vision. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is building of layers upon layers of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued efforts, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from our parents, as well-paying but heartless job, the pressures to look or behave like others, simply to stay small. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confinement thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is a part of our multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going, break through. An exquisite life requires it. It says, when in light, structure, order, coherent logic. So I think this could be interpreted in many different ways. I think for some of you, this could be someone who is very, has a lot of structure, has a lot of order in life, has a lot of logic, when it comes to their rules and regulations on how it is they should live life, which is a good thing, but to an extent. But also there could be this deck is calling them to find some self-reflection on potentially what aspects in your own life are you holding yourself back based on the expectations you have. So like, for example, there could be a lot of self-limiting beliefs, like for example with social media, a lot of the projections, a lot that you see on social media is like, you need to be pretty to be worthy. You need to have money to be worthy. All those beliefs are just social constructs to keep people small, to keep people from believing that they're not good enough, so that they play things small. So that could be for some of people that they're calling to do some self-reflection about the box. And then for the others of you that are in this pile, you are a bad bitch that steps out of the box. And that's what people are like, damn, like this person does not give a flying fuck about what people expect them to do or what their parents think or what somebody else is telling them. That's why they have a small group of people. And you could have a big group of people too. Like, don't get me wrong. You could have a big friend group or whatever. Like, thinking that you could only have a small group of friends that are loyal is a limiting belief. You could have a big group of friends and their opinion of you doesn't matter. But, like, you could be someone who steps out of the box and doesn't let limitations hold you back. You could be someone that steps out of the box, somebody who's authentically themselves. Like I said from the beginning, you're not afraid to be authentically yourself. I think, like when I was saying with the friend thing, is like, you could have a big group of friends of loyal, loving people. And with all of them have flaws, just like you. Everybody has flaws, you know? So people will have opinions about you, but it doesn't mean that you can't be friends with them. It's just a reflection of what it is that they need to work on. So, like, obviously, you being authentically you makes people uncomfortable. But anybody's criticisms or anybody's opinions are all just reflections of them. Like, if they feel like, oh my God, this person's so loud, they're so obnoxious, that's just because they feel insecure about it. You trigger that insecurity they have. And that's the truth. So, like, and you're not afraid to continue to be your loud, expressive, authentic self, even if it makes them uncomfortable. You're like, I don't care. That is your problem. And that's what people love about you, is that you step out of the box, you make people uncomfortable. And in a way, it's like, it makes them uncomfortable and they love that. They're like, wow, like, even though I'm uncomfortable, like, this is like intriguing me to like, wow, like, I'm learning. You know, like, by you being authentically you teach others to also be authentically themselves, you know? So that is what I have for those cards. Let's see what the Gambler says. I think the Gambler's just, honestly, you're not afraid to take risks. You're not afraid to lose people. You're not afraid to lose something. You're like, if it's not meant for me, it's not meant to be. And you're not afraid to take risks. That's how you learn. You move very quickly. You're a fast-paced gal. And you take risks in life. You're not afraid to back down. You're not... you're like, whatever, I'm going to learn something anyways from this. Every risk I take is something I gain and I learn from. I'm not going to let it hold me back worrying about something. You're definitely an action-oriented person. Okay, let's see what oracles we could get. We're going to get some more oracles. What are more things that people love about you? Sorry, my cards were like not oriented right. All right. This is how I plan to shuffle for this deck because it's a big deck and this is just a demo, so... We got the Architect. It's interesting how it talked about architecture in this. There could be something significant. Maybe you studied architecture. Maybe you've went to school for it. Maybe you know an architect. Maybe you recently just hired an architect. Maybe there's something about architecture that surrounds you that has some sort of influence on your life. Like the beauty of architecture could be something. Or you could be the architect of your life. You literally create your own life and you're the world around you. So you are the architect of your life. That could be something significant. That could be what's amazing about you is you manifest all your dreams into reality. We have 8th house, death and sex and transformation. You could be going through a transformation right now. There could be something about the 8th house. Maybe whatever is in your 8th house could be significant. Also, the sensuality, it keeps coming out. You're very, like, sexy. Let's see what else. What else can we get for pile 2? We got the Hustler came out. I didn't even mean to flip that over, but it came over. So you could be someone that's grinding for the bag. For some of you. I'm trying to be more positive and uplifting in all my readings. So get ready for a new me in my tarot card readings. What else can we get for what's amazing about pile 2? 2, come on. Give me a card. Okay, maybe I should try shuffling in a different way. We got cold-hearted. You could have strong swords energy. Maybe you have, I feel like a lot of the time swords are like somebody who's quick to cut people off or like somebody who's a little bit more cold. And when it comes to like conflict, you're like very logical when it comes to conflict. You don't really allow emotions in. And maybe that's something significant is like, you know, love is always the answer. Having compassion and love. But this could just be something that's people admire about you is like you're not somebody that is like quick to get like upset when conflict, you know, happens, I think. The Grinch could be something significant to you. Maybe that's a movie you like. We got separation. There could be some sort of love separation that you recently just went through, and that's could be where you've been cold-hearted. It's like you're quick to say how you feel logically about it. And maybe you're someone who, like, is trying to communicate how you feel a little bit more. I'm not really sure. We have the Creator. We have the planet Pluto. There could be something significant about the planet Pluto for you. You could literally be a creator. You could be very creative. You are the creator, again, of your life. You are the architect of your life. We have spiritual signs. You could be seeing a lot of spiritual signs. You could have very strong intuition. You could have been seeing, like, a lot of, like, new things come up. Trying to, like, tell you things. It's like the universe is trying to communicate with you. With these signs, we have music could be significant. Maybe you recently went to a concert or went to some jazz band or went to some like theater or opera, something like that. Like maybe there's some place that was playing like the violin, like a restaurant, some elegant. I feel like you'd go to some elegant place. I don't know. You're just giving that vibe. This card fell down. It says the House of Partnership. The 7th house could be significant to you. Maybe that's something you want to look up. That card like flipped out. I think that was geometric signs or geometric. Something about, we have loss. You could have lost somebody like romantically. Like have some sort of separation with someone romantically. We have wishes granted. Maybe this is like a message to you that your wishes are going to come true. And we have marriage came out. Maybe your wishes about getting married is not coming soon or whenever you feel ready for it, but it's like, know that it's on its way. Your level of commitment and the commitment that you're looking for, serious commitment, is coming. Let's see what messages we get. Let's see what messages we can get for you. All right, let's get some messages. What's amazing about pile 2? What is amazing about pile 2? What did I say? You're definitely sexually alluring. A lot of people think about you. A lot of people think about you, love. You have a beautiful body. That's what's amazing about you. Can you give me some more cards? Oh. Maybe this is something that you overcame. And you're not letting it get in the way of your love life. We have You Mean the World to Me. We have Tell Me the Truth. We have I Desire You. Definitely be someone desiring you. I saw the card of like want to be more than friends too came out. So like someone could be wanting to be more than friends with you. Let's get one more. Give us another message about, oh my God. Oh my God. Pile 2. Pile 2. Pile 2. I'm fucking dead. That's so funny. Oh my God. There's a lot of sexual tension in this motherfucking dick. Alright. Let's do your charms. I don't know who this is, but they're definitely feeling you. They're definitely feeling you, pile 2. Alright. I feel like they make it obvious, too. They're not somebody that's like, they're really obvious that they like you. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got 10 on 10. Bro, we literally got 10 on 10. That's crazy. 10, 10, 10, bruh. That's like very good. You're to a completion. And that could be a completion to love. I just saw Scorpio and I saw Cancer in my charm bag. Was staring straight up at me. We also have an air sign, I think. Or no, we have Sagittarius. Could be significant. Let's see what little messages we got for you. That one, you know what? Let that one out too. All right, let's see what we have. We have, oops, one of them just fell on the ground. It was stuck in the sleeve of my sweater. I just thought of sweater weather. That could be a significant song. Wait, there's one on the ground too. I'm picking it up with my toes, bruh. What the? Where'd the other one go? The other one distracted me and I lost the other one. Stop distracting me. Where the hell did that just go? Guys, I don't know. What? How are these just, guys, I swear to God, they're like spawning out of nowhere. It was just in my sweater again. Things keep flying, I don't know. These are the 2 ones that were just on the floor or like somehow generated. So we have black. You could wear like a lot of black things. Maybe you look really good in black. We have janitor. somebody mopping up the mess. I just thought of like, oh God, I don't even want to say that. Something about things being wet. House cleaning. Someone could be really good at cleaning the house. We have DT. I just thought of, we have BT. We have a little horsey. We have a sailboat. We have a bumblebee. We have jumper cables. Maybe you literally use jumper cables, or like that's like their heart is being jumped. We have guava. We have angle. Maybe there's a certain angle that you look really good in. Maybe somebody's really attracted to your legs. Maybe someone is idolizing you. We have brittle. Something being brittle. We have literate. Maybe someone that's really good at reading, writing books. We have, can you open up? Filter. Filter came out twice. Filter also came out in the first pile. That's weird. We have impact. Maybe you've impacted this person a lot. We also have the number 3, which talks about growth, groups and collaboration. We also have the number 10, which talks about fulfillment, like complete end of a cycle. We have bees, which talk about hardworking bees, like, or somebody that's, I just thought of like, give him some pops, or give him some sugar. You know that TikTok sound. We have optimism, or optimist, someone who could be very optimistic. We have history. Maybe you have history with this person, or maybe this person who finds you amazing, you have history with. We have light. You could have a lot of light. You shine very bright. We have implacable. Bro, I'm like dyslexic. I'm not illiterate. This person's illiterate. I am not. We have a mermaid. We have a seahorse. We have a little dog. We have SF. We have Kenya. We have a DP. We have a Mickey Mouse key. Maybe someone's been to Disney recently. We have a singer embroidery machine. We have justification. Maybe someone's trying to study to become a lawyer. I don't know why. Justification just came out of my brain. We have a butterfly here. We have a baby like holding a fish or hugging a fish. We have homeless. We have shooting star. You could literally be a shooting star. We have an E. We have a key. We have a cat. We have the number 2 on top of 2. That's crazy. And this one's 10 on 10. And we have 2 on 2. Double 2. 2 talks about friendships, working together, partnerships between, two lovers. We have microphone. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you like to sing. And we have jumble. Maybe someone feels like their words are being jumbled together when they try to talk to you. And we have sailboat. I just thought of come sail away with me. All right, that is what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing. Also, if you want a personal reading for you, it is an hour and a half long for 33 minutes. And any tarot deck you see in my YouTube videos or any oracle deck you see, you can request and I will use in your reading. I have a list on them on my Beacon app under my description and on my page on YouTube. So you can click there and check it out. You just send me an email saying what it is you're looking for in the reading, and I'll send you back an unlisted video for your eyes only. So that is what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Pile 3s. I am so excited to get into your reading today. I love this deck so much, and I usually pick Pile 3s. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this has to say for you. What's amazing about you, Pile 3. So let's see what we have. I'm going to shuffle the deck. Also, I just love this deck so much. I love looking at the pictures for this deck. It's so beautiful. So I'm so excited. All right, shuffle it 3 times. All right. Let's see what we have for you. What is amazing about pile 3? What is amazing about pile 3? I'm gonna pull like maybe like 8 cards. That card wanted to come out. We have the producer. That is, what's number 1? I think that's the magician. Bro, the magician came out 3 times in different decks for each pile. So if that's a magician, I'm pretty sure it is, because the first card is a magician. Let me just double check. Yes. The magician came out 3 times. That's crazy. The overall message for every single one of you piles is you have everything in your power to create what it is you want to do with your life. And that's what's beautiful. Okay, we're going to get more into that in a sec, but let's see what else we have for you, pile 3. What else do we have for pile 3? We have paradise. You could be living life. Look at that drink. She drinking, she's sipping, she's enjoying paradise. We have the bitch, Queen of Mirrors, which I think is Queen of Swords. Let's see what else we got here. We have Fantasy Sweets. We have the Cocktail Party. Let's get some more cards about what makes pile 3 amazing. We have Here to Make Friends. Ooh, we love that. We have Cheers. There's a lot of cheersing going on. There could be something about cheersing. Having a lot of, you could be in your social era. You could be very social or been socialing a lot recently. Or getting more comfortable with socializing. Let's see what else we have. Come on, what else do we have for pile 3? What makes pile 3 special? What is amazing about pile 3? Okay, we got a lot of cards came out here. We have the mansion, we have keeping it chill. We have ITM and we have the late bloomer. You know, I don't really know if I want to take all of these. You know what? I'll take those as a couple. Those two come together. And then let's see what's on the back of the deck. We have hometown. All right, pile 3. I'm excited. I'm excited to get in this reading. There could be a lot of competition for your love. Something about that. Maybe there's like people from your hometown that are competing. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, pile 3. I'm really excited to get in this reading. So I just looked up each card. So you could be in a situation of transformation, and that is what's amazing to you, is that you're not taking it too seriously. Like, you maybe have been through a lot of change in your life, and to the point where you've got so easy to dealing with change that, like, you don't take it like it's the end of the world. You take it as like, oh, great, a new change for me, new way to change it up. Let me, flow with the punches or whatever. And you still find a way to celebrate through these moments, even though, you know, regular people who are more focused on the negative, not like you're focusing on the abundance. What could come from this beautiful opportunity? Other people are more like, oh my God, I'm going to crash and burn and I'm going to die. You're like, this is awesome. I'm changing it up. I'm only changing for the better. And that's what's amazing about you, pile 3. I think also, this is The Magician, which is on page 33. Or, wait. Am I like on, no, it's on page 3. Hold on. Am I like on drugs or something? I could have sworn there was something that was like 33 here. And I was like, that's crazy. Yes, it's on page 3. And this is 3 of flutes. So 33, babe. Also, one of these cards is also on page 33. I think it might be one of these. But the magician, the producer is the magician. And the magician basically is just, this is a new way of saying like the producer. She's like the behind the scenes master that orchestrates this scene or this creation and sees the potential magic of all the situations, spins it and turns it into gold. Like you could be someone who's a creator, creates. You could be a content creator. You could be someone that is good at orchestrating parties. You could be someone that's very good at like bringing people together, creating parties, having elegant, beautiful parties. Or maybe that's something you're working on, is creating these beautiful, magnificent parties, even though you may not have a lot. It's like, it says she's very resourcefulness. So it's like, even though she's using her resources as much as she can, even though it may not be much, like she's shaping the piece of wood into something useful, you know, like she's using anything she could find in order to create and orchestrate this into something beautiful. And you could be making friends. You could be in the state of your life, pile 3, that you're orchestrating people together, making friendships, creating these beautiful new connections with friends. You could be appreciating life right now. This could be telling you to like maybe sit back, relax, and appreciate life, or just observe, be more present. Or you could be someone who's very present in the moment and like definitely is not afraid to celebrate it and enjoy their time with friends. There could be a lot of cheersing going on. Let's talk specifically about Paradise. So Paradise is number 19, which says, just when... also, it talks a lot about love. This deck is like a love tarot deck. So there could be a new opportunity of love coming your way. For some of you, you may be a little bit worried about this not coming quick enough. And let me just tell you right off the bat, this is a sign right here to wait patiently and take your time. Definitely with finding the right person, but also like there's nothing wrong with being a late bloomer. Lust is quick and fast and burns out quickly. Real love takes its time. Real authentic love takes its time. So the ITM is somebody who like sits and like just observes and reflects, and like this is just really talking about like waiting and sitting and watching on who to give the rose to. And the late bloomer is just someone, it's like someone who maybe is a little bit worried about how slow things are going, but it's like they're not worried about the timeline. They're like, you know what, this is actually working out best for me because now I get to focus on the other aspects of my life. And I'm going to take my time and I'm going to be patient. So with Paradise here, this says, just when perfect love seems to be too hard to find, heaven's door opens up, greeting us with a cocktail and a new possibility for fun romance. Rainy days are over, miracles do exist. Enjoy this new adventure and let your radiance shine brightly like the sun. It says, fun, optimistic, thrills, possibilities, renewal. So this could be a maybe you weren't like I feel like it's when you're not expecting something. Maybe recently you weren't expecting someone and someone just came up and like offered you a love opportunity. So someone maybe, ooh, I just smacked myself. I just scratched my chin just now. There could be someone that maybe came out of nowhere, like came out left hand. You're not expecting, like you were blindsided and you did not see coming. They're like, here's a rose, love offering. And maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to step back, or maybe I think this is something that's saying like, this is a sign that you can move forward and potentially just enjoy life right now. You don't have to be stressing out too much about life, whether you're going to make the right decision or not. Live your life, enjoy the thrills, enjoy the possibilities, have fun, don't take life too seriously. And I think that's something that you're very good at, is like, you know what, if it happens, if it doesn't, whatever, you just go with the flow, and you're like, you're living in paradise right now. You're living a good life. You're happy with where you're at in life. And if things don't work out, they don't work out. You're not taking it too seriously. You're not taking it to heart. It's just like, whatever. You still have love or whatever. It's just, you're allowing yourself to live life, and not be too hard on yourself. I think with the cheers card here, you could be recently, maybe someone like, maybe you've been drinking, or you drank with somebody in particular that maybe gave you a love offering, and maybe cheersing was something significant, or maybe you've been cheersing with friends, maybe everybody's been cheersing, or maybe you're going to have recently a new party, or have a party, or maybe you're going to go out drinking on the weekend, or something about celebrating with friends at maybe like in a mansion or in a beautiful home could be significant. You could be, something that's amazing about you is maybe the way you orchestrate parties, or the orchestrate friend get-togethers, or maybe the way you orchestrate dates. Maybe people love the way you schedule a date. You could be getting really good at these things. This could be just a wonderful trait about you. Let's get into the cheers card. What exactly does this card say? Two of flutes, which is cheers. It says, let's toast to love and new partnership. Thanks to how far you've come, you're now met with new connections that spark giddy feelings of alignment in romance, bromance, or influential collaborations. Everyone is riding the same wavelength and on the same page for most of you, inspiring union. So whoever you're having celebrations with, everybody's on the same page. Everyone's trying to have a good time. Everyone's in the healing era. They're trying to focus on their self-love and still appreciate the little things in life and still enjoy life. And I think all these people that you're surrounding yourself with are very fun energy to be around, or they're just very like they feel like high vibration. Like I love how it says everyone's riding the same wavelength. Like everyone's enjoying life just like you. I think there could also be some sort of new partnership coming your way. I know we're talking about what's amazing about you, but this is like, there's a lot of messages that are coming in. I think what's amazing about you is that even though there may be a love opportunity, you still take time to appreciate friendships and enjoy, whether it's a partnership or not, you still can maintain a good friendship with a person. And you're taking your time. You're really taking your time with seeing how things turn. You're not in a rush. You're not rushing. You're not chasing. You're attracting. So yeah, definitely here to make friends. Like, you know, on the show, The Bachelor, like people go to find love and they're more focused on love. But you are like, you know what? I'm going to appreciate my time here. And even, I'm not going to prioritize just love. I'm going to also make friendship love, you know, like platonic love. I'm going to enjoy my time here, and I'm going to vibe with the people that are here too, because they're just like me too. They're on the same path as I am. So that could be something in relation to your life right now, is like, you're kind of like, you know what? Might as well make friends too. Might as well enjoy my friendships, you know, and create wonderful connections with people. With the Queen of Mirrors and keeping it chill, you could be someone that's like a bit of a when it comes to conflict, something about the bitch card, it says like someone who's trying to work on being more kind and compassionate, but there's someone too quick to like make logical statements and let me read the bitch. It's Queen of Mirrors. So someone who's very direct. You could be very, very blunt and very direct. And like majority of the time, you're not trying to hurt somebody's feelings. You're not trying to upset anybody. But like you are just very blunt and direct. You're very logical when it comes to talking about situations. You could be trying to work on your delivery. But like be yourself. You know, you're just very honest and very... you say it how it is and you say how you feel. And like you're not somebody to take shit. You know, you're a very loyal person and you give straight and like honest advice. So that could be something about you. I think you're also someone to keep it chill. You're not someone who like causes drama. You may be, but I'm kind of getting the vibe you aren't, just because the keeping it chill card came out. I think you could be someone that's maybe on the opposite side of like not really trying to start fights or like trying to start shit. You're more of like, I will be honest with you and direct with you so you can grow with me, but I'm not somebody that's looking to argue, fight with you, or have an ego match. I'm looking to just let's resolve and heal, and like I still love you, like stuff like that. You're someone to keep it chill. You're somebody who like is calm and collective and likes to have conversations calm and collective. Let's talk more about the keeping it chill card. So keeping it chill card is number 14. That could be significant to you. 14 is balance, centered, staying in your lane. I think you're someone that like when shit breaks through, you're like the mediator. You're someone that like kind of like, well, this person has this point and well, this person has this point. Like you're like, well, two people, it's a two-way street. Like usually it's two people that did something that they need to work on in a connection. Like it's not just one way. Like you're kind of like someone that maybe is the mediator. It's giving me, I think this could be like, I think this is Libra. And there's also Queen of Mirrors. I think mirrors represent swords. So definitely like air sign could be significant. I think you also like choose your battles, and you try to just stay calm, and maybe you're like the type of person that when someone's triggering you or pissing you off, you kind of get up and walk away. You're not somebody that really wants to fight. You're kind of like, I'll come back to this when I'm ready to talk. With the 9 of Flutes, so this one's Fantasy Suites, and then the Mansion, 4 of Roses. So what's amazing about you, and I think that's another thing that is amazing about you, is like you're not afraid to speak up and say what's on your mind, and you're not somebody that's gonna like flip out and scream while doing it. You're someone who's like very cold, calm, and collective. Say what you need to say what's direct. Be like, hey, this is how you're making me feel, and that's it. Like, and I think people really love you for that, is because they could always come to you for honesty. And truly how it is you feel. And like, you'll tell people like, hey, like, I don't think that's the best decision. But do you, babe. Like, you're not like somebody that's gonna feed them bullshit. You're like, listen, that's not a good decision. Like, don't do that. With the Fantasy Suites here, there could be something about like embracing your sexuality. Like Fantasy Suites talks about like entering a suite with your new fling or your partner or whatever, and enjoying the night, like, and embracing your sexuality. And like the fact that the mansion is underneath that could be something particular, is like maybe you are if there's a new connection, there could be something that you're like embracing yourself to be, you know, like you're taking your time, but like when it comes to, you're not afraid to you're like embracing yourself sexually, you know what I mean? Like you're not you love your body, you're building a relationship with your body. While it's taking time, like while this love is taking time, you are building a relationship with yourself sexually. Like you're loving your body more, you're taking care of your body, and like when the time comes, and potentially maybe like someone, I don't know why I'm getting the vibe, but like you'll have people over, you'll have a particular partner over, and in the card it says lock the door and go wild. So I think like that could be something significant, is like there'll be a time where you'll enjoy your time in maybe this beautiful home with a significant other and have a fireworks type of situation with this person. Of course, it's not gonna be like every time because life isn't perfect, but like I think you'll definitely enjoy your time with this person. I think something what's beautiful about you too is you're not dependent on a partner to satisfy your needs. You are building that relationship with yourself. I think also with the mansion here, it's like you could have a beautiful home. People could love you, like love you and your home. You could have a beautiful home. And it makes everyone feel comfortable and safe in it. And again, orchestrating parties. People love the way you create parties. This one talks about renewal and like new beginnings. This is actually the Tower card, which is crazy. That how nonchalant this card is in this deck. This is the Tower. Tower is usually like, oh my god. But this card here is kind of like, I'll read it to you. It says, the cocktail party. Everence fills the air as flutes of champagne cling together, imbuing the night with magic, offering possibilities and renewing your opportunity to share your spark with the world. Now is your chance to stand out among the rest as the stars twinkle down upon you. It's your perfect moment to advance in this journey to find love. It says hope, infinite possibilities, renewal, elevation. I think it's also saying don't hide yourself away. Don't run away. Like, this is your opportunity, babe. Like, when you are ready, take action when it comes to, I know you're waiting for the right one, but also don't be afraid to mingle around. Don't be afraid to search your possibilities. Have hope. This is a renewal. You've faced a renewal. Things have changed, but you will find what you're looking for and enjoy the journey in finding love. And that's what's beautiful about you. It's like you're not taking it seriously. You're not focused on just finding love. You're focusing on building the connections. You're focusing on celebrating. That's what's amazing about you, babe. You are taking your time. You're enjoying the journey. And that's why everybody loves you. The Ten of Rings is hometown. So it could be something significant about hometown. Maybe the way, like, where you were raised. Let's see. Rings. 10 of Rings, which is 10 of Pentacles. This is about like having a lot of abundance financially. It says security, family, wealth, practicalities, stability. You will be building the stability for yourself and with a partner soon. And there's a lot of competition for your love. Okay, so let's see what oracles you got. So these are the oracles that we have for you. I don't really know what this card is just yet, so we're going to get into that soon. We have the Witch. We have, I will talk about, we have rejection. There could be a lot of people feeling rejected, or maybe you feel rejected. Maybe you feel rejected from someone in particular. We have the Wolf to represent something beautiful about you. And then we have all of these cards. So, let me move these cards over a bit. So with these cards, this is a card that what other people think when it comes to you. So it's interesting how it's like Some people may think you're really stressed out for some reason because that's how they would feel in your situation. But I really don't feel like you're stressed. Like you're vibing, you're enjoying the journey. Some people may feel like you're homeless or maybe you're worrying about finances and like that's how they would feel. And you're kind of like, again, I'm not letting it bother me. I'm building my empire. You're kind of like unbothered by life. And people are like so shocked. They're like, what? How do you not care? You're just like, I'm rolling with the punches, babe. Other people could be thinking that this is you on your adventure, you're going through life's journey, you're enjoying, you're embracing, you're adventurous, you're exploring, you're passionate about life. This is a beautiful time in your life. You'll look back at this moment, like for example, I've heard so many stories from older, like, generations where they're like, yeah, in my 20s, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was trying to do all these different things and like, it was like a blur and I had no idea where I was going and I had no money and like then they talk back about it and they're like, honestly, I look back at it now and that was one of the funnest, amazing times of my life and I just didn't know it yet. You know it. You are in that moment and you know it at this exact moment. You're like, you know what? This is going to be the best moment. Like one of the best moments of my life is when things are just chaotic and I don't know where I'm going. And this is the time to embrace it and enjoy the spontaneousness, like the chaos. Be like, this is the best time to appreciate what is going on. Like this is the most exciting because you don't know where it's going to go. And that's what's beautiful about it. I think you have a vow to yourself of like trusting yourself and also worshiping yourself. Like the self-care is screaming with this card. And reservation is having a like vow to your own worth and your desires. And like, this is about like, for me, this is like explaining how I'm interpreting it. It's explaining like how you have a vow to find someone that loves you the way you love yourself. And you're not just picking up anybody. You're taking your time. I think this is also like someone could be in love with their car. Someone could love your car. And someone maybe wants to make a vow to you. Like they vow to you. They're hoping and wishing they want to worship you. It could be something. So that's what I got with those cards. I'm going to put these like under here. And let's get into the wolf. So what does the wolf have to say? That is an earth sign. So the wolf says, guardian of family and tribe, activism, ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of its pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching religious political studies. The wolf gets in trouble when it assumes every member of its tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy, contemplating the following: embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, reliable, democratic, fearless. So there could be something about like you may have troubles, or this could be you may be working on trying to include and allow people to have differences and allow people to be themselves because you allow yourself to be you. And that could be something that's amazing about you, is that you're working towards being very acceptant of others. And that's how you build great friendships and connections, about, you know, loving people for their flaws and being able to accept them for their differences. And I think that's what's amazing about you, pile 3. With the rejection card, I think you may reject a lot of people. So there could be people that feel rejected by you. I think also you may be feeling rejected, but again, you're not letting it like get to you. You're really just like enjoying the moment. You're like, whatever. You know, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. You know, I attract, I do not chase. And that's another thing that people are like, it's almost like because you aren't chasing them, they want you more. It's almost like, what? You're not going to chase me? What the? Whoa! And they're like, love me. And you're like, no, get away. Stay back, demon. Let's see what we have with this card. This is like one of the last cards in the deck. Amundus Commundus. That just reminded me of, like, have you ever watched Markiplier and, oh my god, what is his name? It's like Omnimumnus or something. They had a channel and one of them had a black suit, the other one had a white suit, and like they're just doing stupid shit for a whole video and then they deleted the channel afterwards. Maybe has some significance to you. This reminds me of, it says Thanos. Thanos. Thanatos? It's death, so this gives me mad Scorpio vibes. It says, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as a transformation. But the truth is, archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is an ongoing, omnipresent, and eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the end of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We all forever change by Thanatos as it sweeps us from under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our hearts, signifying we have been touched the cusp of the underworld, and it will return to the land of the living eventually. With more compassion and wisdom to share, this capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. Facing death leads us to truth. There are those with great gifts for navigating death energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. Dang. Okay. This is very interesting. Also, the spider webs are giving, like, there could be cobwebs. Maybe there's something still caught up that you are feeling internally, and it could be a loss. It could be specifically a loss. I didn't really think we were going to have such a deep message, but there could have been some sort of loss you faced that you're grieving or mourning. Maybe an ex. Maybe you lost an ex. Maybe this could be an actual person that you've lost in your life. And I think that could be something that maybe you've came to terms with and you're feeling like accepting the truth of the reality of things and finding forgiveness, being able to let go, not let them go, and like still love them, of course, and still appreciate the memories you've created with this person, but understand that the love you have with this person won't ever go away. But understand that ties now to this person have ended. I think, like, you have transformed from this death of a situation. And you're not letting this hold you back from enjoying and appreciating life. That's what I'm getting with this card. Maybe this is something that you may want to do some reflection on. If you want to continue to read this, I will leave it up here. But that's what I'm getting with this card. Let's now move on to the Witch card, which is this deck. The Witch card. Where are you, Witch? Where are you? Where are you? Sorry. Oh, the witch is at the end of the deck. Wow, the witch is like the last card. Interesting. You could definitely be at an end of a cycle. You could literally be at the end. This is also one of the last cards too. So you could really seriously be at an end of a cycle. Pile 3. It says, the scent of new fruit hang in the air, bright, refreshing. A pestle grinds in its bowl, the sound of stone on stone, a soothing repetition. Just as the first plants of spring burst forth from cracks between the paved stones, so too does the witch pushing their boundaries in search of new magic. Knowledge exists only to be expanded upon, reshaped and reformed to a new, exciting purpose. The world is full of old wisdom, but some advice is too outdated for the modern life we live now. Tradition is a set of guides, not a strict rule book. If you find that you are being held back by how you should approach a situation, break from the tradition and forge your own route. Surround yourself with others who think outside the box and embrace a new tradition. Maybe there's a new tradition of creating friendships to be more important than focusing and finding love in your partner. Maybe you're trying to step into and that's what's beautiful about you is you're dedicating and prioritizing friendships rather than just seeking love. And that could be what's what is it called? Unconventional about you, and it's like a new tradition you are creating. I think you could also be really working on trying to step outside of the box when it comes to every situation that comes to you. You find how you want to handle it and not how somebody else tells you to handle it. You figure out what is best for you on how you want to decide this situation. You think you trust yourself and you know that you have everything in your power to make that decision. You could be very intuitive. The witch is someone who's, very intuitive, they're very rebellious. They create their own path. And there's someone who likes to experiment, take risks, trial and error, figure out what works best for them. And that could be when it comes to love. I think when I thought of rebellion, just how in the tarot deck, usually the bachelor is you're just supposed to here to find love, but you're nah, I want to make some friends too. I'm gonna make some good friendships here too. So that's what I got here. Let's pull some oracles for you. See what we got for you, love. I'm definitely getting there could be someone who's watched all piles because there's some synchronicities between all 3 piles. Specifically about, first off, the magician kept coming out, but also something about stepping outside of the box. So if you watched all 3 piles, I think that's a big message for you. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the Renaissance Man also on the bottom of the deck. I love that card. So that's about stepping into all your different powers. We have deception. There could be some sort of deception that's at hand, maybe when it comes to how you are perceiving something. We have cold heart, being cold-hearted. This reminds me of the Queen of Swords card that just came out here. It could be someone who, that's what people love about you, is that you think logically and, you're very blunt and direct. It's a positive. See? It's a positive. It's a good thing. You don't need to change. Be yourself. We have Hustler. Hustler came out many times. We have Patient. Someone who's very patient. You could be very patient. I keep redoing those. We have Creator came out again. You could be very creative. You are the creator of your own life. We have Libra came out, justice, friendships, leadership. You could be like a leader. What other cards can we get? What's beautiful? What's amazing about pile 3? Sorry, this deck is like kind of hard to shuffle. With self-love, you could definitely be taking very good care of yourself and really building that relationship with yourself and really loving yourself so that you're teaching yourself how you should be loved. We have Leo came out. Leo says fixed sun. It also represents strength. So self-care, outgoing, passionate. We have House of Pleasure, which also comes over the fantasy suites. So pleasing your own needs, really, whether it's sexual, whether it's feeling loved, whether it's chasing your career, whether it's taking yourself out on dates, whether it's all these different things, like you're doing that for yourself. And the type of person that's coming in next for you is going to be able to satisfy you and what is you need. Maybe not in every aspect, but enough that you can then help your own needs as well. Because no one's going to fulfill all your needs in a relationship. And you could, provide what it is that you're missing. We have communication. We have mirroring. There could be a lot of mirroring. Like you could be in your new love life. Relationships are like mirrors. So like whatever it is that you are working on, you may find someone very similar that's going through the same timeline or journey. Maybe your next partner will be literally like you. We have Jupiter. Jupiter could be significant. We have separation. You maybe just went through a separation. We have domineering. We have Aquarius, could be significant. We have nature came out. We have balance. We have Saturn. And we have thoughts. We also have passion. Do I want to take the rest of these? I guess I'll just show them. We have Mercury, which is granted, loss, House of Self, healing, religion, different perspectives, people pleasing, sickness, destiny, and marriage. All right, let's see what messages we get out. What are some messages about what makes pile 3 so amazing? My family's toxic. We also have I am toxic. I'm proud of you. Where's your head at? Date night. Someone seriously wants to take you out on a date. Pile 3. We have, maybe someone's wondering where your head's at. Like, what are you thinking? I think also somebody wants to say that they're really proud of you or you're proud of yourself. I think maybe you're working through your, like, possibly shadow self or just, like, flaws. Maybe you're working through yourself or just trying to find a way to, like, make life easier for yourself. Maybe you've also worked through family issues as well. And that's what's amazing about you is you've came to a new chapter of your life. Let's see what else we get. We got love is the answer. We have I'm healing. and I stalk you. Someone could be stalking your page. Really interested to see what you've been up to. I've hit rock bottom. Maybe you recently felt like you've hit rock bottom, or maybe the person you broke up or separated from. Let's see what else we got. One. We got I'm too mature. That could be the same person. I need space. I'm not good at expressing myself. They are waiting for you, and I'm so stressed. That could be somebody else's energy. I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, that could be somebody else's energy that is potentially, I'm manipulative, that potentially needs to do the work, or is like using you as a distraction. But besides that, though, you're not letting it get to you. You're not stressed out about it. You're like, that's your problem. That's stuff you are dealing with, not me. I'm thriving. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. We're gonna pull some charms and messages, and that will be the end of your reading. Ooh, we got a whole ring, and inside the ring is a bell. We have, wait, let me get the messages. Oh, and we have a dice. That's funny. Number 3 on the dice. What are the odds? Let's see, love. What was that? Hold on. All right, see what we got for you. Okay, we have a seahorse. It's giving me Pisces energy. My freaking piece of hair. God damn it, get the hell off the table. We got, what is this? Ludwig? That could be, maybe you watch the YouTuber. I don't really know what the word Ludwig even means. We have jumping. I just thought of jumping to conclusions. Could be something. We have lips. Someone could be thinking about your lips. We have bloom. Someone could be, flowers could be blooming. I don't know. Legs. We have degree. We have music note. We have Leo, which says generous on the back of that. There's like, this thing made me think of Pisces because there's a kid holding a fish. It'd be like a young Pisces or like beginner water sign. Know-it-all. Maybe like, maybe someone's like, oh, they're know-it-all. Or like maybe this person's a know-it-all. We have abnormal. We have acknowledge. Maybe someone has acknowledged their feelings or the way they are trying to get through this. We have clear. Maybe someone's getting clear on what it is that they want. We have a cat. We have label. Maybe somebody wants to put a label on things. We have a Virgo is here. We have a pentacle next to that. Maybe someone's going to give. I just thought of like giving you money or something. Or some sort of gift. We have compost. We have love, dream, hope, trust in a circle with a bell in between. This makes me think of like kissing under the mistletoe. That could be something maybe during Christmas time. A love offering will come to you. Maybe you are feeling confused, or this person's feeling confused on how it is you feel about them. We have faceless. Maybe, I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe someone's like not showing their true colors. We have beneath. We have book. We have J. We have X. We have D. We have B. We have 3 in the dice, so 3 is definitely very significant. The number 3. Can you unroll? These nails are not helping. We have affection. Maybe this person really wants to show you affection. I know that somehow this became a love reading. Baby. Maybe someone wants to baby you. Maybe you have been getting good or better at showing affection. Keypad. March. Maybe March is significant to you. We have a hummingbird. We have hot. Maybe someone finds you really hot. Caliente. We have Kyla. I have a bunch of names written in this thing, but I never get names. I rarely ever get names. We have delicate or delinquent. Maybe someone's a delinquent. We have kale. We have braille. We have grin. Somebody's smiling. So there could be someone, maybe someone with JXBD name that could be thinking a lot about you, or even maybe Kyla or a name with a K. They could be a Virgo, Leo, don't know. That could be you. Maybe you're thinking a lot about them. And I think this is all that makes you amazing, pile 3. That you hope, that you trust the universe, that you love, and you dream. You enjoy life. You're letting it be, you're letting it go, you're letting it flow. Alright, that is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing, let me know how I did in the comments. Also, if you want to have a personal reading for yourself, I am selling them on my Beacon AI tab under the title of my name on YouTube. It says Beacon AI, you click on it. There's a ton of readings. You could use any deck you see on my YouTube, just let me know. You could pick the tarot deck and you can let me know what oracle you want to see with it. Each reading comes with charms, messages, these messages as well. And it's an hour and a half long. So also just send me an email what you want to hear, like what messages you want to hear about, and then I'll send you back an unlisted video for your eyes only. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!